Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's market update. I just want to do a really brief recap of kind of the week and what we were looking for initially. Everything from Monday's live stream is still valid. In fact, if we go look at this chart here, we had our long plan from our butterfly that we talked about that we originally opened up here. I averaged in at this zone. It took about 2 weeks for it to finally play out, but I did close that long here, which was a zone that we were looking for. I had this drawn out for some time before we got this move to the upside. Basically, we saw this deviation of the range low here, the reclaim right here, and then the move to the upside. Great. Closed this. I opened up a short. Boy, I had a really good entry actually. My entry was in here. And I closed that down here and I flipped long. So I've been long for a while now. This weekly and the 382, and it's also the 618 of this move here, all really nice confluences. So I opened up a long. My entry is, you know what? I actually drew it out here. I updated this. So this is actually my current long position. And I am looking to trade that up into here. I think that this is a really weak high. I don't think that this would hold. So basically as long, and I did actually adjust my trade, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I did move my stop into here because I think this is a decent low. And from here I would like to, on some lower time frames, see some market structure change. We have you've been like, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and now we have a higher high. I would like a higher low and then to see continuation, to the upside for our move up to, our key take profit zone up here. And, most simply put, I basically have this chart drawn out, and this is about as simple as it can get for what I was looking for. And so far, I mean, you can see it's playing out really, 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 really nicely. But ultimately, weekend's coming up. What do we expect for weekend? Probably just more consolidation to the side. And then, with CME open, I'd hope to see some degree of continuation to the upside to kind of help, help this along. So we can take a look here. I actually, this morning before the data release, I took some profit in here. I posted that in the Discord. I took some profit, and like I said, I adjusted my stop to be here. Just, with the incoming volatility, I just didn't want to, risk losing my profits. And, one other sign that I saw that was a little bit concerning, if we take a look here, at the time, let me just refresh this. Wow, and this has changed dramatically. This is dramatically changed. At the time, funding rates were largely positive, and now we can see that that's definitely cooled down, and we're virtually at neutral, I would say, looking at the weighted, but it is just leaning a little bit more towards the negative side, right? And we can see that that's definitely played out. People who were longing into this high here leading up to the data release most certainly, got wrecked on this move to the downside. We'll take a brief look here as well just to pull this up. I just want to take a brief review of it. Delta largely negative, negative 10 billion here. So yeah, earlier when we were at these highs, we still had all this negative delta, and the chart looks good in my opinion for a move to the upside. We just put in a higher high on local price action. So the one thing for me when I did see those really, those largely positive funding rates, I thought to myself, yeah, we're probably going to see, some kind of a move to the downside, not something so significant that I'm, going to close my entire position, but we're definitely seeing that move down. And in order to, again, like protect myself from this move, I did take some profits in here, and I did, like I said, adjust my stop loss to be below this low because I would like to see this low hold moving forward. Okay. Something else, I did take a, so just to be clear, I'm still in this long position. I have no intention of closing it. I would either A, get stopped out, otherwise I'm going to continue to hold it. if you really want to play it safe, I think, having your stop loss still below here, I think is really key. But if I were to get taken out here and we were to get a move down and then reclaim, I would reopen my long. But, for now, I do like this low, and I would want to see that this would hold. Taking a look at ETH, we had this bearish butterfly here, so I am taking a scalp short, which is kind of nice because it does hedge my long position, and that just looks, basically something like this is what I'm doing. Trading it down to here, I'm going to close at least half the position, and then I'll go ahead and trade it to the one-to-one extension of this move, which would bring us all the way down to, about 1850. So, looking to take some profits in here, and then I'll probably just close the trade outright in here because generally speaking, I am looking for a move to the upside. Lastly, we'll go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart just to remind you guys of our greater context. For our current position, my theory is, we want to see the 382 hold here, which is also our untapped weekly. We had this really nice weekly candle here, this really nice close. In my opinion, we're simply back testing this, and now I'd like to see, price start to kind of work its way back up, or at the very least, all that's simply happening here is we're putting in some degree of a range. But ultimately, these lows I would like to see held. If they're lost, I would expect further move to the downside. But again, this is a really nice kind of a move down that to me looks like it's more profit taking than it is, something that would start trending lower at this point, just based on what I'm seeing. So again, we want to see this hold. If it continues to hold, then we can look for continuation to the upside. At the very least, again, we're just going to look for, that 29.2 zone, this, or I'm sorry, that's a little bit high, this 29.2 zone in here that we talked about for some time. So really that's, just to give you guys a really brief update, I'm still in my long position. This is what I'm looking for. I am in a scalp short on ETH. Typically with weekends, we can expect sideways price action, but nonetheless, for the most part, this plan is still intact, and I do intend to, hold this position and trade it, paying a little bit less attention to the short-term range that we're being put in here, that I originally had posted will likely happen in the first place. I didn't think we'd come down and go straight up. I'm not surprised to see a little bit of a range put in here. So if you are in this position, I encourage you to, don't get chopped out of it. Don't flip biases back and forth. Keep an eye on the higher time frames is key here. And with that said, enjoy your weekend, guys. I'm just going to set my alerts, let price kind of do its thing. And, we'll be back on Monday with a market update for our live stream. Thanks, guys.